Hello, and welcome to Day 6 of Surviving Your First Week in Project Zomboid, a series where I walk you through how I typically spend my first week in the game. Last episode, we did a looting run through the neighborhood to pick up some extra supplies, and finished the day off by building a platform for a generator up on the second floor of the base. Today, we'll head over to the police station to find some guns and ammo, and get started on building our first garden to make our base more self-sustainable. We'll start the day off with some life and living. After that, let's just throw our junk down and empty the backpack so that we have as much space as possible for today. The Rosewood police station is a fantastic place to grab some guns early on. It's never too infested, and it's got a pretty good loot pool for guns and ammo. There's always typically a few zombies hanging out front, so we'll take them out first. First things first, once we're inside, if you went with the smoker tray, this is a gold mine for you. The desks will usually have packs of cigarettes and matches or lighters for you to grab. A big brain strat you can do here is let zombies come into the police station, since they'll have a chance at dropping a key once you kill them. Luckily, we don't have to worry about that, because Officer Friendly over in the hallway here was carrying one, allowing us to unlock the vaulted doors and access the armory. As you can see, there's tons of guns and ammo here. We're just gonna grab it all, because we're not picky. And since our base is right next door, it's not a hassle to transport it all back safely. Now, depending on how many hours you have in Project Zomboid, this could either be an absolute shit ton of ammo, or it could be minuscule. From my perspective, this is enough ammo to accomplish our immediate needs. It's almost 200 shotgun shells and 300 9mm rounds. We also have those boxes of 44 for the Desert Eagle sitting on the pool table for added measure. And we've got a couple shotguns, a rifle, and several Berettas. It's always better to have multiple of the same gun, because as conditions wear down, the guns will jam more, which is a problem when you're trying to clear out a cell. Now that we're all situated at the base, we can head back in to loot the rest of the police station. If you're sitting here like, but Preds, you just already got the good shit, why go back? Well, it's pretty simple. The locker rooms have a ton of potential items in them, such as helmets, bulletproof vests, jackets, regular and double holsters, backpacks, duffel bags, and batons, all of which are of use to us. Sometimes it's not about grabbing the big flashy items, but also not forgetting to look for those undervalued items that can save your playthrough. we're going to arrive back at base right before Life and Living, so let's get that taken care of before heading back out. Alright, perfect. Looking at our weight too, it looks like we managed to get rid of the underweight trait, so we shouldn't run out of stamina as quickly anymore. Moving on, there's a couple farmhouses to the south of us, so we'll check those out since it's about time to start working on our first garden. Here we'll find some cabbage seeds, which are my favorite crops to plant. They give minus 25 hunger per cabbage when fresh, making them the best crop in the game to handle hunger with. The reasoning behind planting a garden when we have all that canned food is actually pretty simple. We don't want to have to rely on a finite food source as our primary food source, right? Otherwise, we'll eventually run out of food and be stuck in a situation that really isn't fun for anyone. This way, we can balance crops and non-perishable foods depending on what the goal for that day is. On days where we're traveling, it may be smarter to bring some canned goods instead of cabbages that will go bad in a few days. Anyway, there's a couple buildings around here that we can keep looting with a chance at getting more seeds, but we really only need one pack to get started with. The goal with this first garden isn't so much to rely on it for food, but to wait until the crops reach the seed bearing stage so that we can multiply our seed supply, giving us an infinite amount of crops. A big tip on gardening here. When you dig your furrows for your garden, you want to separate them so that they aren't touching. That way, if one of them becomes infected, the disease won't spread to the other plants, and you can safely treat or remove it. You should also place any buckets or watering cans outside so that when it rains, they gather water, which you can then either boil for yourself or use to water your crops with. But that's going to do it for day 6. We're pretty set at this point, and there's not much left to do in terms of prep work. Now we can start focusing on projects like skill grinding or base building. As always, a big thank you to my YouTube members who helped keep the ship afloat while I procrastinated on making this series. Make sure to check back for day 7, where we'll put some of our new toys to good use when we check out the prison, and as always, thanks for stopping by.